Hi guys, this is Emma at the Vlog Lady and today I'm going to be watching Twin Peaks Part 10. It's called Laura is the One. Oh Jesus. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. He is vile. Oh. Didn't they say that was going to be a coffee cup thrown out of a window?
Alright, how much money do you make anyways? You barely make minimum wage.
Oh, this is horrible. This is horrible. This is just like Shelley all over again. Oh, Dougie. Dougie.
I find you attractive. Dougie.
Just die, Chad.
I bet you're a girl who appreciates a beautiful day.
Chad.
Can't you see, Grandma? Stay away.
Oh no. This is truly disturbing.
Stay!
Goodness. Oh. That's sad. Oh, Albert. He's having dinner with the
Keep her close.
No way.
Really something.
He is the millionaire.
What?
Okay, so I just finished the episode. Let's start at the ending because that ending really affected me for some reason. I've never heard that song by Rebecca Del Rio before, and actually I haven't seen her perform or anything since Mulholland Drive. I think that's the only thing I've seen her in, performing like that, and I really haven't heard any of her music, but that song was truly beautiful and her performance was entrancing. I mean, I think that was the first time I've actually watched the performance through the credits. So I love that Rebecca Del Rio was wearing the dress that resembled the Black Lodge floor, and the whole performance just seemed very Twin Peaksy and very in key with the mood of the whole episode as well. For the most part it felt like a dark episode, didn't it? All of this stuff with the kids of Twin Peaks, basically. I say kids, but they are young adults. So we see Richard Horne. It seems to be confirmed that Richard Horne is in fact Audrey's son. He is able to terrorize this family for some reason without anyone saying or doing anything. Obviously he can overpower Sylvia, but the way that she spoke to Ben about him seemed kind of odd, as if they were just not willing to really take any action towards stopping him. And I wonder if that's something to do with Audrey's situation and what might have happened to her in regards to the bank explosion, in regards to how her life has gone. It just felt very, very dark and very wrong, the whole thing. Poor Johnny lying on the floor like that had to be one of the saddest scenes I've ever seen in Twin Peaks. Like, aspects of that scene seemed very realistic, even though I think parts of it were being played as absurdism. It felt very real. How we started out the episode with Richard Horne committing another murder. I was really shocked to see Richard committing another murder in this fashion, and for him to be liaising with Chad in this way. He seemed to have a lot of control over what was going on with Chad, whereas in the scene before it seemed like the other way around a little bit. His fuel seems to be anger and hate towards everybody. He doesn't seem to have anything inside him that makes him actually human. The only fear I've ever seen Richard Horne exhibit is when he was afraid that his own power would be lost in that situation with Red, in which he was undermined slightly by Red. It's gruesome to think that Richard Horne is Audrey's son. Really gruesome. And I can't believe that John Justice Wheeler would be the father. I have to believe that it is actually Evil Coop. and that this is gonna get a whole lot worse before it gets better. We also saw Becky being abused by her husband, Stephen I think his name is, and basically it was like a reflection of what had happened to Shelley with Leo. Just feels like a lot is going wrong in Twin Peaks. Jerry's still out in the woods, freaking out, not knowing what's going on. I'm starting to worry for him because of the fact that I don't think he has any bearings on where he is or what he is. Chad seems to be exercising a lot of control at the sheriff's station, and that's making me worry as well. I kind of felt really sad to see the log lady again because the actress looks really ill. And I hate to say it, but I also thought that Miguel Ferrer looked a little more ill in this episode, and both these things kind of added to that darkness and that heaviness in this episode. So the log lady, I couldn't imagine anyone else saying that line, which is the title of the episode, and she said a lot of cryptic things, a lot of beguiling things to Hawk, and he seemed to be trying to figure it out, trying to go on this spiritual journey in his mind as she was talking to him almost. And I think that we saw a little bit of recognition in his eyes about what the log lady was talking about. So Laura is the one, and we saw a vision of Laura. Gordon Cole was having the vision. I always thought that Gordon Cole might have this kind of ability after watching Fire Walk with Me, and the fact that he was at the centre of the Blue Rose cases, but I don't know if Cole was surprised to have this vision. Maybe it was his first time having visions like this. Maybe he just was surprised because it was Laura that he was seeing. I think the scene was one of Laura when she turns up at Donna's house, I believe, in Fire Walk with Me. It certainly seems that everything is coming together in a way that's almost predestined. Events are occurring and things are happening to people which seems to be outside of their control, more like something otherworldly is going on and bringing all these forces together. We spent a lot of time in Las Vegas in this episode, and some of the scenes didn't quite work for me. Some of the Lynchian scenes, typical silences, long spaces in between dialogue, wasn't quite doing it for me all of the time. But I liked the relationship between the Mitchum brothers. Thought Belushi was particularly good in bringing humour to those scenes. Wasn't so enamoured by Candy. Thought that that character was being slightly overplayed by the actress. Love that the character of Albert might have a happy ending. We might see that the last we see of Albert might be in this situation where he's actually finding love and romance and a long-term relationship. And I think that's sweet because we know that Miguel Ferrer is no longer with us, and I think it would just be nice to see his character end on a high note. We didn't get anything more of Coop back in this episode, but the scene with Janie when they were making love was very funny. I like Janie more and more as each episode goes on. I think that she's actually becoming more of a real person, where at the beginning of the show I thought that she was a little one-dimensional and that nobody could actually be like that, and she was too much of a comedy character for me, and now I'm seeing her grow and become someone who really feels and loves and has multiple roles in life as a mother, a wife, a protector, someone who is very intelligent, very capable, and I'm liking her character very much. I'm liking the way that Naomi Watts is playing it as well. So we got some random snippets as well of like Dr. Jacoby. It seemed kind of like the same podcast that he was recording the last time we saw him, but I'm not sure if it was or whether it was a slightly different one. But Nadine was watching or listening again, and she is obviously very enamoured by Dr. Jacoby, and she's even set aside a place for one of his golden shovels in her drape shop. So that was quite amusing. But Twin Peaks overall felt like a very dark town in this episode, very dark. I just felt very uncomfortable actually throughout that episode. I felt very like a heavy weight was on me, thinking about all the youth of Twin Peaks and the future of Twin Peaks. There are so many problems. Are they fixable? I don't know. I don't know. I'm dreading the story with Audrey that's coming up, to be honest, because why wouldn't they mention her if she was Richard's mother? Just seems very strange that they wouldn't have mentioned her yet. Anyway, that's it really, my immediate thoughts after the episode. And thank you for watching today. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, you're very welcome. You can also leave a comment below to tell me what you thought of this episode, and that's it. Bye.